Also, we need to have the show start off with an apology. I listened to. Steven said the same thing too. Over here getting
I don't know how me and Nolan's heard it.
Synced up the gaslit me on saying I said softball should be out of the Olympics.
You didn't say that?
No, I didn't say that.
Dude,
I said it might be.
I swear to God, that's what I heard.
Both of us heard it. But he's right. When I listen, so it's weird when I listen back on YouTube. It definitely did not sound like he said that. But when I couldn't tell on the
sitting here, that's what I heard.
Yeah, it sounded like he said they better not be back or something like that.
Something
Instead
like
of they might not be back, is what he actually said.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that.
I ain't. I stand by what I say.
Engage.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Winners Don't Use Drugs, presented by Engage Gaming, episode 90. I'm Darius, here with Zach. How you feeling?
What up? What up?
Where we at, Nolan?
Oh, probably the same as last week. Sure. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I know my walk looks terrible. What it is the nerve pain is getting worse. It's like my back is fine. It's just the nerve pain in my leg is getting worse. But I've gotten used to it. So I gauge how long or how good I feel sitting down or standing up or anything like that. But if I'm walking, it's a whole different story. It's hard to walk without a foot.
Yeah, you know, those things are essential in the moving about as a human.
Yeah.
So little integral piece.
Yep.
I'm hot, man. Real hot today.
It's been hot like this last week.
Well, I mean,
temperature-wise,
wise,
absurd.
But it is over with. Okay, clearly we've messed up. All right?
Insane.
Like we're in the South, you know, and at this point, we are acclimated, if nothing else. Like,
yeah, we
know it's gonna get hot. You know it's gonna be awful. And it's been hot the past couple of years. You know, it's been regular old stuff.
It's been very hot.
But this heat this year, man,
this is ridiculous.
I think it's been pretty mild the last couple of years.
I mean, it's had its spots.
No, you know what it's been? It's been that we've gotten less and less winter, so it's just been like hot the whole longer each year. But no, it hasn't been as intense. It is intense, and even though we're supposed to be talking about video games, it's
That's why we stay inside and play video games.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Doctor got me on vitamin D pills because I never go outside, apparently.
I mean, that's true. You don't know. Go out there and get some sun.
Working. Not now. Shoot, they all say it. It's like, hey, if anybody want to exercise, if you usually go for a morning jog or something, try to go earlier before the sun comes up if you can.
Yeah.
Just don't do your normal outside activities in the heat.
No, I did
in the heat of the day because.
Yeah, I usually go for a walk at like 10 o'clock, and I did that like Wednesday of last week, and I was like, man, this is hot. Like, this is uncomfortable because we had like a week and a half of just like storms.
Yeah,
and it was like I can't go for no walk because it's too bad outside. So I was like, I'm gonna take my opportunity to go, and it was very hot. So then I went Sunday morning. I went at like 7, and that was much more enjoyable. I could breathe, and it didn't feel like I was losing the oxygen to the heat.
That's crazy. When I left here last Monday,
Tuesday
after the podcast, or Tuesday,
yeah, it's a weird week.
Yeah, shoot, I couldn't breathe when I got in the car. I was like, oh, my God, there's no oxygen in here.
you baking yourself, man?
God, it was so bad. But what? It's like I saw last night on the news or something, Arizona's supposed to be like 117 today.
Oh,
but it's a dry heat, so.
But yeah, it's not bad. I'd rather be there than here.
All right, so here's the thing, though. The thing that happened to me when I was in Arizona, it has never hurt to breathe unless it's been like in the winter. Like when I was in Minnesota in the winter and stuff like this, sometimes it hurts when you breathe. I was outside in the heat, and it hurt to breathe. And I was like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Where do I go?
Talking about in Arizona?
Yeah, man.
You just got to stay hydrated is all.
Stay in the shade, drink water. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, staying in the shade in Arizona, it's actually a lot cooler.
You can
and
feel
staying in the shade in Alabama doesn't really
It doesn't help. Nope. Not at all.
He'd be right next to you. Like, what you doing? Does it feel better under here? Because it feels the same to me. I don't know about you.
Yeah, folks don't understand.
Get under, talk about getting under the shade tree for what?
Yeah, no, we talk about heat out here, and it's different, and you don't understand until you come here.
It sucks. Don't come here.
No,
but please come here.
If you are here, you can come to engage because it's nice and cool here.
AC zone, play games, everything's fine. Just don't stand outside.
Yeah.
Now, my old job, we had a guy come from Mexico City, and he was telling me, like his first week there, I was talking to him, and he was like, "Man, I thought it was hot down there." Like, I moved up here. And he said he basically had to come straight from the airport to his hotel where he was staying the first few weeks until his apartment was ready. And he came straight to the plant. It was like late in the afternoon, evening, by the time he got here and doing everything. So he didn't really realize how hot it was until the next morning. He said he walked out his front door and immediately started to sweat. And he was like, "What the hell is this?" It's like, it's hot in Mexico, but he's never had heat like that before.
They're closer to the equator.
Yeah, but it's just like, yeah, it's just the warm.
It's the humidity, man.
The humidity, exactly.
Like it's a thing that you can't really understand until
you're in it.
And when you're in it, you're like, "Hey, man, you guys just do this all the time." Because I remember being
I was born in it.
But I remember being a kid and coming down here, and like, I think like the first couple times when I was like, like first, second grade, second that was like kindergarten. It might have been a mild summer, like not a humid summer. I just know I came back in like fourth grade, and I was like, "Hey, you can send me back to the snow. I don't want anything to do with any of this right now." Mm-hmm. And I was an asthmatic kid, so like,
oh yeah,
they'd be like, "Yeah, let's go jump on the trampoline." I'm like, "Anybody's getting lightheaded when they jump?" It's just a me thing here. Like, it seems like the wind is being taken out as I'm trying to do stuff.
Yeah. Humidity just gives you a nice hug this time of year.
Yeah. But I'm not just physically hot. I'm hot because
Before we jump into that topic,
okay,
I think we should do some, because that's going to be a pretty big part of what we're about to talk about. Because there's a lot of things on that. Okay. So I think we should just hit some quick rumors and news before.
Want to do some rumor mills? I'm all about some rumors.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned, Nolan, that the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2 is leaked.
Mm-hmm.
The Volume 1 thing was weird.
So they announced Volume 1 last week, or 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. 2 weeks ago, yeah.
What's it include? It includes 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yep, just
Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3.
And the NES games, right?
And the NES games.
And MX.
And the MSX games.
Yep.
Of course.
Yep.
So what's the leak on Volume 2?
Volume 2 is supposed to have Metal Gear Solid 4, Metal Gear Solid 5, and Peace Walker.
Which is the PSP game.
Which is the PSP game, which is the only one I haven't played in the series.
So, that's the one between 3 and 5?
4 and 5.
Peace Walker?
Wait. 5 goes... Man,
I think it's...
Yeah, because 5
Isn't Peace Walker...
Yeah, 3 and 5.
After 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I got my timeline mixed up.
Yeah, I know, it's weird. It's their fault. It's not your fault, Nolan, at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Legend of Zelda and a few other games. I'd be like, nah, it's not your fault.
So yeah, but I wonder if they're gonna put it didn't say, but
no VR missions.
No.
What?
No, I wonder if they're gonna put the demo game for 5 on there.
Phantom Pain.
Yeah. I mean, you're not really missing anything without it. It just kind of gives you the idea of how the game works.
Yeah.
Because that area wasn't even in the finished game, was it? It was just like its own little contained story, but it was like multiple stories because you can go back in it and unlock more and more stuff, which was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But a lot of stuff that led to what happened in Peace Walker, though. So I was glad I played. That's why I ended up playing through it till I unlocked everything. Because since I never played Peace Walker, I knew vaguely what the story of that game was, and a lot of it played out in that. And actually, one scene in that demo game, which was Phantom Pain, was the full game. What was the demo one called?
Oh shoot! Oh gosh,
whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Like there is one scene in it that does come up in the final game.
I need to know now.
That does come up in Metal Gear Solid 5. But either way, Peace Walker is kind of important to play before 5 though, because a lot of stuff in that story assumes that you played it, and if you didn't play it, a lot of stuff would just go over your head. Certain characters show up, they talk about certain events as if you know what the hell they're talking about. and so if anybody who ever played 5 and didn't play the PSP game going, what is that? It happened in Peace Walker. So that's cool. But yeah, they only the games were kind of leaked. No release date or anything like that. Could be some other stuff in there too. I mean, they could throw the card PSP games on there too, but I don't know why.
Just to make the complete collection.
Yeah. Ground Zeroes, that's it.
Yeah, Ground Zeroes.
Yep.
I mean, that's cool. I've been wanting to replay 4 for a while now.
Yeah,
so.
4's been locked on the PS3 for its entire existence. So it'll be cool to see people get a chance to just be able to get access to it. And to me, listen, we've all played a lot of video games that have done a lot of incredible ways of telling the story, but like nothing has ever told a story to me the way that Metal Gear Solid 4 did. Like I know it benefited from having the other games come before to kind of build up the world, but like I truly did not mind just watching Marquise play that game. Like that was just an incredible experience to just sit there and see it. Like the way how everything came together and all of that. Like sometimes, you watch a series and, I generally don't really have many critiques for most of the time for series just because I feel like it takes too much work. But sometimes things get everything right, and I feel like Metal Gear Solid 4 was like everything just such a great finale. Like just seeing all the characters come back and, Liquid Ocelot and all that whole story. Because like leading up to 4, when they were doing some of the teaser stuff and like when Kojima would go to like the E3 type shows and like his vertical slices never makes sense, right? So like when they introduced the cow and everybody's like, bro, what are you doing? You got a giant leg box that's doo-dooing, like what's happening here? And like that was the whole clip one time. It was just them showing the cows and everybody's like, I'm gonna play this. Like I want you to know this right now. I'm gonna play this game, but bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Did that thing just moo? I'm confused. And kind of turned on. Some nice legs.
Talking about
spreading butt cheeks
last week, and
I said I want you people to understand that everybody looks at me like the degenerate sometimes. Just because Nolan be wearing polos, I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, I had to work today. I'm sorry.
He's a wild guy.
You think I want to wear black on a hot day like this?
Is that because you didn't do laundry? So that's the one you had?
No, it was just next in line. I try to wear as they come. Anyway, try not to wear them out.
I don't want to get into your system, but I kind of do want to know.
The shirts are expensive, man.
You do like a Roy G. Biv thing where you're like.
Well, I mean, I have certain ones I like. Like this one's actually nice. It's thinner and it breathes really good.
Okay, yeah, I feel.
But if I had my choice, I'd wear it all the time, and then it'd be worn out, and then I'm spending $80 on a shirt again. It's like so when I put them up in order in my closet, and I go through them, and then I wash them, and then put them back in the order, and that's how I wear them.
Actually, I respect the consistency more than anything.
Hey.
I want some. I would love to have that level of structure with the way I decide what I'm wearing every day. But also, I do love freestyling it because clearly that's what I have to be doing.
Sometimes, yeah.
Let me ask this question though, because that sounds like more of this makes getting ready for work an easier process and a straightforward process.
Are
you doing that with like when you're not working?
No.
Okay. That's the Wednesday shirt?
Oh, no. I'm usually wearing the exact same shirt all week. Get up in the morning, throw on my house shirt, unless I got to get on a Zoom call or something like that, or I got to go meet somebody, and then I got to throw on clothes like I did this morning.
We're digging deep into the personal lives today.
Anyways,
this is a safe space. First of all, okay, Nola.
So another leak. Apparently, it happened a long time ago, and we just somehow missed it.
Yeah, apparently.
A roster leak for Project L, possibly.
Oh, really? I mean, they like I've said before, there really isn't a way for them to go wrong with their roster. Like there are certain characters that probably should be in the game, and then it's like you can kind of make any one of these characters work, so it's not really that bad.
So from top to bottom, we're looking at there's 23 characters that were leaked. It's Akali, Braum, Blitzcrank, Darius, Echo, Ezreal, Alawi, Jinx, Katarina, Karma, Kindred, Lux, Rengar, Riven, Senna, Set, Thresh, Vi, Yasuo, Teemo, Samira, and Zed. Which a lot of these are pretty
no-brainers.
Yeah.
There are some interesting ones on there, but yeah, it seems like a lot of the like combo-y characters that in the game itself that you had to do like these kind of things in order type of people.
A lot of sword characters.
Yeah. I do really like seeing some of the older characters with some of the newer characters. Like Blitzcrank is one that's like you could clearly make him work, and he's gonna be nutty if you do because
he's like Potemkin or whatever the dude's name in Guilty Gear.
Yeah, I just hope that he has a full screen grab because
I'm sure he does.
Like because that's his thing. I know Nolan has no idea what these people are doing with the. So Blitzcrank's a giant robot in the game. He has one of his main moves is being able to grab people and pull them in from long distance. So like you get out, basically he catch you slipping in league, and it might be in that for you. Like that might be game over. So does Thresh. Thresh is like a spectral, like 4 horseman looking dude, and he's got a
hook.
Yeah, he's got the hook. What's his brother's name? The other one, not a brother, but you know what I mean. The
no, I don't know.
Hecarim. Yeah, Hecarim.
They are not related at all.
No. They're both Lost Isle people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know stuff.
One's a horse and one is a.
He's like a centaur.
Sure.
Shivering Owls is what it is, I think. I don't know anymore. See how you threw me off?
I think is really weird, and I wish that he wasn't on here, is Teemo.
What do you mean?
Because he's small.
Yeah, but Captain Teemo reporting for duty. Never underestimate the power of a scout.
Now, obviously, this is just... And it's not even like...
It's allegedly.
Yeah. So they're not confirmed or anything.
I like seeing Vi and Set because both of them have similar move sets, but Set is more punches and grabs.
You know Vi, and obviously we've already seen Jinx.
Yeah.
And you know Vi's going to be in there because
those characters are too complimentary.
Like I would... you know what person's not on there that I'm pretty sure will end up being on there is Jace.
Yeah, Jace probably was going to be on there. Oh, there was somebody else I was thinking of too. Surprised Trendemir's not on there with the number of sword people.
Or Caitlyn.
Yeah.
She'd be tough to do, but I think she can be on there.
Yeah, no, I think you definitely can. Misfortune as well. I'm surprised that they didn't put her in there because she's usually part of the group that they normally trot out as far as like some of the mainstays. There's no Gangplank, which I know he kind of floats in and out of that. Karma might be interesting too.
So Senna.
Yeah, because she's got the big gun.
Yeah,
she's got those shadow powers, so that'll be interesting. Like Yasuo clearly was gonna.
Yeah,
he's gonna be in there, right? And then they already had shown
What have they shown? They've shown.
Did they already show Ezreal? Because I think they didn't. They showed Echo, right?
They showed Echo.
Yeah, so Ezreal and Echo will be interesting to see how they make them different. I mean, I know Ezreal has like the time rewind, but
you mean Echo?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I said Ezreal.
Yeah,
but Ezreal's got the teleportation, which is probably function kind of similar.
No, you can just blink around probably.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of resource system they're going to use, like to.
They haven't shown that yet, have they?
I don't think we've seen a HUD, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm looking for. Hopefully, we'll see a lot more about it in Evo.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see something around Evo, but they haven't really done anything like with anybody. They'll usually wait for something big to come out, and then they'll do their own little video and then be like, see you guys next year.
Didn't they? They did something for like 2 years ago for Evo, didn't they?
I don't think it. I don't think it was
when
for
they first
Evo.
revealed.
It's like
it was during Evo. Though.
Yeah, it was during Evo. Yeah,
it was their first reveal, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Actually, no. I think you're right. I think it was actually like at some point during the thing.
Yeah, it was during Evo. Like,
yeah,
they were at like some like news desk or whatever at Evo.
Yeah, because they were talking about the different FGC people they worked with and all that.
Yeah,
different competitive fighters. They saying that they were using.
Well, yeah, last year they just did like development videos.
They did the hey, what's up? We still working on the game. It's coming.
Yep,
it's still here. And there's 2 games I wanted to. They announced last week or something like that. That I want to go over real quick, and then we'll jump into the main topic.
Is the NBA Hang Time reboot?
Is that a thing?
No, I just want. I want NBA Hang Time.
It's just what he wants.
Yeah.
This is called Bounty Star. It was in the Annapurna showcase.
You get to play it or you get to watch it?
Yeah, it's a game that you play.
Okay, because the other one, you get. Okay, so we got a kind of a Wild West Borderlandish. Ooh, big robots.
Mm-hmm.
Little front mission-y, okay. So this is gonna be just everything release.
What? Like for
platforms.
I'm pretty sure.
It's pretty cool. You got different equipment and stuff. I do like the front mission kind of style of the mix.
It seems a little bit more arcadey than your Armored Core type game.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. You got base building?
Oh, it looks like it.
Nice.
Has like the Fortnite graphics mixed with like Borderlands a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely giving me like Borderlands without powers, which I'm totally fine for.
Of course, it has a farming minigame.
Listen,
what game doesn't these days?
Gotta have it in there, man.
You need your
I like the just grabbing all the parts off, because that's one of the things I hate about the you build your world type of games. Is like I don't want to have to farm individual resources like that all the time. I just want to be able to like get them from boxes and stuff. If I can get all that from enemies, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like it could be good though.
Yeah, no, it definitely
looks interesting.
Definitely want to keep an eye out for it. And I know I was kind of making a joke about the Annapurna games not having like gameplay, but it is good to see them having a game that seems to have more action gameplay involved in it, because it's very visual novel type games that they was doing.
That said Game Pass.
It did say Game Pass, but we've learned very recently that does not matter. Something says Game Pass because that can change. AEW said Game Pass and then it didn't, and it's not even
okay. I thought I remember hearing that it was going to be on Game Pass.
They had it on the app at one point.
No, so what I heard, the little research I did, apparently a news media outlet reported that it was going to be on Game Pass, and then like a week later, they came out saying no, that's not true.
Really? I felt like when they got announced.
I feel like we saw it on the actual Game Pass, but maybe
I remember hearing it was supposed to be on Game Pass.
I felt like when I saw the trailer, it mentioned something like that, or had the little thing on there. And then, because listen, this isn't the first time that a game has supposed to been on Game Pass and then not come on Game Pass. Mm-hmm. There was another one called The Third Reign that was supposed to come out. It was a 16-bit type of RPG, like kind of like Chained Echoes, mm-hmm. and it was supposed to be on Game Pass. And then when it launched, it wasn't. And I kept searching because I'm like, it was on the Game Pass app saying like coming soon or whatever. And then it just wasn't. And I looked into it and they were like, yeah, it turns out it's not coming to Game Pass. But that same company had other games on Game Pass too. Mm. It's like,
so is it soon maybe?
Well, no, it was on, like when I was on Game Pass, it was telling you like this game launched, it was going to be on there, and it just wasn't so.
Mm. All right. So this next one's a little bit of a change up.
That's funny that this is the game too, because Larry sent me this the other day.
Yeah, I didn't know about this until today. And this is called Wild Card Football.
Yep, and it is with the NFL Players Association. So it will have all of the NFL players' names and likenesses, which also includes retired players as well.
That's cool.
So they can have legends and all of that in there.
But it's going to be like more of akin to like a Blitz type game?
Yeah.
Or Streets?
They got a chance to make something, man. People want stuff like this first and foremost. There's always going to be an audience for arcade sports. It's just the execution has to be where it needs to be.
We'd throw in Hadouken. Oh, he just grew.
Yeah.
I thought he was about to jump up and throw a Hadouken. Or Kamehameha.
That actually would have been cool too.
So there's gonna be power ups. It looks like, and bumpers.
Yeah, different modes. Yeah. Seeing and just the little stuff. Seeing like that bar makes it feel like there's gonna be a way for you to know that you can do stuff. Like you'll have a more way of kind of knowing what you can and can't do based on what you got available. Like stuff like that. I want to see more.
Looking at October 10th for that.
I don't know. I can't remember, but have we talked about there was that free to play football game that's supposed to be coming out?
I don't think we've talked about it now.
I remember
maybe we have
about some football game
we did.
briefly,
Yeah,
a while ago.
I know sometimes we forget and then we leave out of here and then we're like, so yeah, here's this game thing I was thinking about that we didn't talk about during the podcast. But
that's it for new games and leaks and rumor mill and
So otherwise, it's been a pretty slow week.
Yeah.
Well, we're
in that middle part.
I'm still not fully recovered from the amount of games that we have to play just in general. So like I got super, excited and riled up for all of it, and now I'm like, can we just not have stuff come out for a little bit so I can just play some games?
Like seriously.
We don't have really anything coming out this month, right?
Pikmin 4 is the big game of
So we really don't have anything coming out this month, right?
They're gonna have
Pikmin slander.
poor Alamar. He ain't do nothing to nobody. But no. I mean, it really is it's a slower time.
What's the next big release? Is probably Armored Core, huh?
I think so.
Which is August.
Mm-hmm.
Armored Core,
Baldur's Gate 3.
Mm-hmm.
Something else in August.
I hope that, you know what, man, I really hope that game
Exo Primal comes out in a couple weeks.
Exo Primal.
Try that out.
Yeah, I mean.
That said it's on Game Pass. I know it's on there.
That's definitely on Game Pass, yes. Capcom has confirmed it themselves, so.
Pre-install and put 5 gigs on your system for nothing.
For nothing?
No, pre-installs are like that's the one thing Game Pass we try to push on you, and I'll be like, bro, that's not the actual file.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't even, you don't even know the file size yet. I know you don't. Like, don't do this.
They're allowing you to pre-install Starfield.
Come on, man. Stop it.
Placeholder. I got to make sure we get this hard drive space.
Yeah, but you're going to quadruple it anyway.
Exactly. That
it don't matter.
One patch is going to be the size of the game.
It looks cool, right?
You already got Starfield. You got it locked and loaded, bud. Mm-hmm. Also, would you like to pay the difference to go ahead and upgrade your version? Because, look, Game Pass, we're going to give you a version, but there is another version you can pay for.
Immortals of AVM comes out in August as well.
What's that?
The first-person Magic game.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Oh, the original. Yeah. Okay.
And then cool. Stray comes to the Xbox in August.
Coming to Xbox.
Okay. Yeah. You know, I'm pretty sure we can. I'm pretty sure you get a trial for that EA original game too, like they did with Wild Hearts.
Probably.
Oh, most likely.
So we'll get try it out, see how it is.
If you have Game, I think you get that with Game Pass.
Yeah,
right?
you get EA Play Basic is what you get. You don't get the. Technically, you could pay like what $10 more, and you could technically own all of like the new FIFA and all that stuff immediately. But I don't know who's gonna be doing that.
Nah.
You get early access to Battlefield stuff, man. You still play that, don't you?
I still haven't played the new one.
Exactly.
I want to.
No, you don't.
I do. I haven't played a Battlefield in a while.
The essence is gone.
I love
We'll never get it back, bud. It's dead.
I used to love Battlefield.
We all did.
1942.
Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3. I don't think any like big shooter, because we've had other big shooters, like Mag Mag was a big shooter, and by big I mean a bunch of people.
Yeah.
I enjoyed playing Mag.
Man, Mag was the most chaotic thing I think I've ever played, and it was great at being so chaotic. Like there wasn't once you got to a certain distance inside the battlefield, you're getting shot. There's too many bullets and things happening for you not to get killed immediately. But sometimes, man, you get on a little run and you be like, I killed like 5 people in a row, and then you get shot in the back and you don't know where it came from because there was 3 armies fighting at once, which was insane. But anyway, Battlefield, man, the destruction of Bad Company 2. I don't know why they just didn't just keep doing that, because keep doing the big scale battle stuff that they did with because Battlefield 3 has better. Like the better maps and the better design and everything for the larger battles. They started doing the 32 versus 32 and all of that. Mm-hmm. And it was great because I actually thought it would be too chaotic because of Mag, but not having that destruction just took away so many cool things. Like, bro, imagine blowing up a building and killing like 12 people. like because that's the stuff that would happen in Bad Company 2.
Bad Company 2, yeah.
Because you any levels that had tanks, the first thing that would happen is we would go as the engineers, go to the backside, and just line the roads with mines. First thing you do, line the roads with mines. Because if you don't, the tanks are going to come, and people ain't even shooting at people with the tanks. They just finna start blowing up every single building that they can.
Trying to flatten it out.
Dude, that's like, there's no hiding. Like, you can snipe in the beginning of the match. You're not going to be sniping 10 minutes in. There's not going to be a place to snipe from.
Place to hide, yeah.
So I always thought that was going to be the culmination. I thought 2042, the way that they were talking about, we know what the fans of Battlefield want, and we want to give you the best stuff, and look at all these things that we bring it back. I'm like, all right, cool. Take today's technology and all the 4K and all the stuff that everybody loves with the graphics, and you combine that with the stuff from the other Battlefields that we loved, and then I don't think you can go wrong. And it's very different from Call of Duty. It's always a different just experience, and nope, they couldn't do it. And what was the mode that we played, Zach? The one where you go in as the squad and get the items, the extraction mode.
I have no idea what it's called anymore.
That wasn't that bad. It was like PvE, PvP. But we won. I think, what did we win? We won like twice, 2 or 3 times.
Oh, what do you mean by win? But we got out.
Yeah, we got out. Like we got out with whatever the objective thing.
A couple times probably.
Yeah, but it was like
been so long since we played it now.
Yeah, it's just it didn't feel like it.
I tried playing it like a couple months ago. I got into one match. Something weird happened, and I uninstalled it.
Well, even when I'll see some streamers,
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I try to look at it. They're like, yeah, Battlefield got a big patch. They added classes back, man. They fixed it. It's like UI and quality of life fixes aren't gonna fix how that game feels and plays. Like that.
Yeah, it's the bones, the structure of that game is just not right.
It's not. But
one day
they keep pumping money into it though. They gonna keep
maybe the next Battlefield will be it, because Battlefield 5 was fun.
Yeah, it was.
And Battlefield 1 wasn't bad either.
No, I enjoyed Battlefield 1. We didn't play 5 as much, but I did like 1.
We played 5 a good bit.
Was that 5 that we played to beat?
We played both of them pretty good, because 5 came out when we opened this place.
That's right.
So we played that a lot those first couple of months when nobody was here. And all of us were here
every day, all day. I mean, if you're right. If they announce a new Battlefield,
I'll give it a try.
I'll be here for it. We'll be waiting and we'll be watching and paying attention. That is something. That is something to say that they do. They bring another one, I'll give you another shot.
Because they only had this is the first real bad one they've had since probably Hardline probably wasn't needed.
No. I always thought Hardline should have been a Need for Speed game.
It should have
if
just
that
been
was Need for Speed Hardline, I think it wouldn't have gotten nearly as bad a rap as it was.
It might have actually gotten like a lot of praise for having Need for Speed with that type of gunplay.
Yeah, exactly.
It would have been like, hey man, I don't know what they're doing over there at EA, but they might have figured it out.
That's what it should have been.
Honestly, I've always wondered about that about Need for Speed. Like, so you know how everybody started making like the GTA clones, right? And it felt like driver changed from just driving, and all of a sudden you was getting out of the car and doing all this stuff.
Yeah,
I know, Bud. I know. was not the best choice. But like, even they had that weird game with Vin Diesel Wheelman that I kind of liked. Like they had all these like open world mixing the guns with the driving, and Need for Speed just never really. And maybe they did, and we missed one of them because I know I skipped like 6 of them in a row. Just not even.
They've pretty much kept to their roots.
Yeah,
better or worse.
Yeah. That's the thing is that, like if you're gonna just try stuff, like Need for Speed kind of is a franchise that you might really could get away with trying some, throwing this other wrinkle into it.
I wish they would do something, and maybe they have. Like I said, I haven't touched a Need for Speed game since like Most Wanted.
Yeah, you pretty much a lot of us like our age kind of. That's when we kind of.
I would like to see something more like Midnight Club.
Yeah,
Midnight Club was really good. They gave you a city, and they have obviously their campaign that you can go through, but they also have multiplayer that you can do, like capture the flag in the city. Yeah, but then you can also make your own courses with that city.
Yes, yeah, you could put the markers around and set it up. Yeah, I forgot about that. It takes a lot of the visual work out for me because I don't want to be building cities and stuff. Like when you have to design tracks, I'm very unimaginative.
Yeah, it wasn't even like you had to like design.
Yeah, you just set it up. Forgot about that. You could just set up.
You can make the course.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then in
the city,
you could do it the lap version. You could do it the point A, point B.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. I'm wondering like what is the for the non-Forza Gran Turismo and like those games. What are the online communities like for like Need for Speed and like the Crew? Because I know Ubisoft it was Ubisoft, right, that did the Crew.
They're releasing another expansion they announced during the Ubisoft
press like
release.
they still seem to be trying to support it, but it's like
there must be a decent following. Like there's no reason they'd be pumping this much money into that franchise if somebody's not playing it.
Yeah, because the thing is like usually with most of these games, because we consume so much video game content, like we usually get some overlap. Like I'm not big into the simulation racing, but I've seen it on Twitch just because of the overlap. Like if somebody is popular enough, you're gonna see something from them and be like, oh, there's 40,000 people watching somebody play some racing game. Let me, okay. Like I've never seen a Need for Speed come up. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never seen that, and it's like what direction are they trying to take that franchise? Because I played Unbound. Like I didn't play it. I didn't beat the game or anything, but I played it. I installed it on my PC when it came to EA Play, but I also played it on the PS5 as well. And I'm like, nothing about this, like visually and stuff, it was pretty cool. But as I kept playing it, I'm like, it seems like the same game, but also if I've already played this on Underground 1 and 2 and Most Wanted and all of that, like you can't keep putting this out, right? Like this doesn't work, does it? Like what's really driving the thing that was really cool about Need for Speed is we had a bunch of games where you race cars in some form or fashion. And Need for Speed was one of those games. It wasn't bad, but it was like we had Ridge Racer, you had like, all these other I know, but we'll never get Ridge Racer back again. I know.
I hadn't heard in forever.
But like, around the PlayStation 1 and 2, you had just a bunch of different random racing games. One game was just like, all you races Lamborghinis. Like, and it was like, that was fine. Top Gear was a thing for a second and stuff like that. Test Drive and all these other games. Like they all just came out and they all did the same thing. And then you got Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, which was like, oh, the cops will chase you. This is different. And then when Need for Speed Underground came out, it's like, oh, well, Need for Speed kind of figures out how to do this. And like even when we had Midnight Club ended up separating itself by doing something, completely different, but still, they're both just racing games, but they had their own identities and everything. And I don't think we've really seen from the non-simulation racing games the like any innovation in like multiple generations. It just seems weird, right? Like am I thinking about it too much, or is
so? Just quick stats on the Crew 2. They are averaging about, what is this, 3,000 people on at any given time.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And that's just recently.
Yeah.
So, I think when did they have their press conference? Is June 19th sound about right?
Yeah, that's about right.
They had a research. So before that, they were averaging about 11 to 1,300 people after that is when they started hitting 3,000 consistently.
I mean that's
so apparently whatever
200% increase from a press conference.
Yeah, so whatever that I don't remember
the content is. Yeah,
I don't remember what the content was, but yeah, apparently it's really good that it brought in a bunch of people.
I mean, the concept of the crew is really good to say you could play an entire like racing campaign together. Like that's a really, really great concept. I don't know. I played the first one a little bit and I was like,
I've never touched it.
It's bad that like I want Need for Speed to be better, but I still won't like play it really heavy. And when I played the crew, I was like, this don't feel like Need for Speed. And just like immediately didn't want to play it.
All right, so there was something you wanted to talk about today that I kept cutting you off.
No. It's good. It's good.
What do you want? What
I'm still fired up. I'm still hot. Don't worry. He didn't die down. I'm like the Phoenix. It never goes away. So first and foremost, it's cheating in video games. People cheating in any form or fashion is wrong, clearly. But in video games, it's having an effect that I know people don't think can happen. And I don't think it's going to change, people's mindsets on it, those that are going to cheat. But
they're going to continue to cheat.
Yeah, they're going to continue to cheat.
They don't care.
But I feel like I didn't realize how much cheating became like normalized. And I don't really like using that word because I feel like sometimes people use it as a way to like push agendas and all that stuff, and they make the English language greasy sometimes the way they take words. But I do feel like cheating is just way more prevalent than I thought. Like I always thought cheating was, it's like a 2% chance that somebody like that you'll run across a cheater in the game. Like it, it's not common to go play a game and somebody's cheat. Like cheating in my mind was like lag switching, stuff like that. You're making the game lag so you can win or something. You got host advantage, but it like I didn't think I was seeing it that much. But now with the rise in content creation and all those things, and this trying to craft a perception of who you are to the point where you're trying to craft who you are when it comes to gaming. And I know this is gonna sound very naive and everything, but I always felt like video games were like sports in the sense of the best person wins. It's just about in that moment. Now you might be overall lifetime record better than that person, but if we put you on the clock, you sit down, competition wise, if this person beats you, even if it's just Little Giants and it's just one time, they were better that time. They got you. Nothing you could do about it. They got you. You can review the film all you want, but the loss is the loss. There was nothing you could do. It's just the loss. But now it's like, man, the cheating is so much infiltrated just regular competition and regular gaming. Like we play Call of Duty, and yeah, sometimes you go around and you're like, hey man, I can't kill this person. I clearly shot them, but he shot me back. Okay, they're cheating. Doesn't happen often, but to see for cheating to cause a game to not be able to sustain itself because of the amount of cheaters is crazy. The game I'm talking about is the Cycle Frontiers, right? And it's another one of the games in the class of
like Tarkov.
It's like Tarkov, right? So it's
extraction shooter.
Yeah, extraction shooter is the term, right? But I remember you showing me the game, Zach, and I'm being like, oh, okay, it's like to see more entries in any genre that comes out because that just means that it's thriving. That's always good.
Got competition and
yeah, it's gonna
make
push
them
people
better.
Yeah, and there were some decent sized streamers, pretty big streamers that would play the game and they would do updates and stuff, and you'd see it pop back up. And I was always thinking like, that's pretty cool, man. Just to see it keep going. And then I just come across this article saying that the game is ending, and so I'm like, really? So I click on the article because I'm like, let me just see what they're talking about. Or like, sometimes they put stuff like, this game is shutting down and it's like, oh yeah, it's going down for maintenance and it's coming back under a new name where it's the same name, but it's like they changed the word at the end or something, like it's a new season. And I was like, I was hoping that it was that just so I could be like, okay, you got me. I got the clickbait worked, But I look at the article and it's like, no, they're shutting down because, it's just they're not making enough money. and the the lead on the game was like, we didn't realize how much cheating would affect our ability to sustain. And so I'm like, okay, well, let me keep, because I want to see, like, what does that mean? And
yeah, what does he mean by that?
Yeah, so what they were saying is they launched the game, and obviously it was an early access type of game. And so they knew that they didn't know what they didn't know. And said one of the biggest things was cheating and how much people were cheating. And it's like, okay, so then we have to fix it. And the way you have to fix it is you have to get anti-cheat. Well, you know what you got to do to get anti-cheat? You got to pay for it. And the problem that would arise with this game in particular is whatever anti-cheat measures they put in place, the cheat makers would make you just circumvent it. Mm-hmm. And it's like,
and they're quick about it too.
Easily, yeah.
It's an industry. It's not even just like these people doing it, because the modders and
basement dwellers or something like that.
Hackers always doing it for the people and all that stuff. But no, these are actual like companies. These are full-fledged companies whose somehow it is legal for them to sell software that literally is hacking somebody else's game.
Yep.
Like and that's a whole nother level of wild that I didn't realize until I was reading this article. Is like they're making money off of like literally breaking into this game.
Yeah.
And it's allowed, like, and I know like video games. No, it's not the most pressing matter in our society or anything like that. You shouldn't be knocking down your congressman's door, being like, "You ain't put the thing in so they can stop selling cheats for Call of Duty." Like I understand that's absurd, okay, but as a community and industry as a whole, like I would imagine that those people would be like persona non gratas and stuff, but they're not.
I mean, it's why pretty much since COVID, we've had the most bannings of people in the competition scene is because people were playing from home. That's something
yeah.
That's what something pre-COVID eliminated these cheating problems in the competitive scene is because everybody played LAN. Everybody used the same computers. Yes, there were instances of people cheating on LAN, because they, throw a little USB drive into the computer and they upload their cheat. It's happened before.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's not as easy to cheat on LAN as it is from your home computer. So it's a big problem. Right now it's a big problem plaguing Escape from Tarkov.
Escape from Tarkov, Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike apparently they banned like they called it a ring, but sometimes that's a little hyperbole. But that group had items that were totaling in over $2 million in value.
Yeah.
And they all got banned because they were cheating. And they figured out that they were cheating. And it is incredible the amount, like, it's its own community. And how it got to be that is just, it's wild to me, because when I think of cheating, and I'm old, so whatever. But at the most, I'm thinking about Game Sharks and Action Replay. And it's like, oh, you just want to be able to walk through the level without dying. And back in the day, games had cheats. There was the thing, the God mode in the PC games where you open up the command menu and all that stuff. It's just like,
but the difference between those and the ones going on now is those were for single player games that affected nobody but yourself.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And now they're affecting other people.
And it's like, it's one thing for somebody to play with Akuma and not tell you how to get them. And be like, oh, yeah, it's kind of hard to explain, dog. I can't really. I just know how to do it. I don't really know how to say it.
Yeah, there was a guy like that in the arcade, X-Men. He knew the code to unlock a Kuma in that game, which was just insanely unfair.
Oh yeah, he's overpowered and he's doing it.
And he sits there and do it, and everybody will ask him how, and you're like, I don't know. So, but you just did it. Wait, you just
did it 5 times in a row.
Exactly. You just wouldn't tell anybody.
And you know what? I feel like those guys spawned this generation of cheaters now.
Probably.
Those kids are the children of the cousin who bought the game over to your house without the manual, but he bought it brand new, and he know every special move, but he can't tell you how to do the special move. And as soon as you start learning how to do the special moves, now he don't want to play the game no more.
Yeah, I don't want to play anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, like, if you beat him one time, it's like, oh, okay, you got lucky. But then when you figure out, like, oh, but you're not actually good at this. You just knew the moves and I didn't. Now I'm giving you the business. Now you don't want to play. Now you want to play something else. You want me to let you play Mario RPG, so I got to watch you play, huh? I know what this is. Those are y'all kids. Okay?
But me and you were talking about this a little bit over the weekend. And it's crazy how there's really no, outside of banning, there's really nothing they can do about these people.
No consequences.
There's really no consequences. Like we were talking about, the example I brought up was, and I'm pretty much 99.9%, 9999% sure that Shroud does not cheat. But what if he came out yesterday or tomorrow that he was cheating this whole time?
After this podcast, it's gonna come out just because that's how this stuff goes.
But if he comes out tomorrow and it finds out he was cheating, what's gonna happen to him? Nothing. He might get banned from Twitch, possibly, which I doubt he might.
For what?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like the particular games will ban him. So
he's already set for life. He has millions upon millions of dollars and doesn't have to work. He just likes streaming, so that's what he does.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean,
there's no consequences.
I think that is the part that's like, you want to hold out hope that everything is supposed to be fair and balanced and things like that, but stuff like that, when you really think about it, it's like, oh yeah, this ain't.
And what makes it shitty fairness. Is like, so these new people that want to become content creators, well, let's cheat. What's the worst that could happen? I ruin my reputation. I can't stream anymore, and I have to go get a regular job. Sure. But I get this opportunity to maybe make a really good living off of just sitting here playing games with cheating.
Yeah,
because I mean, the thing that I hate now is the perception of, in order to be successful at streaming, if you don't already have this if you're not fulfilling a space that doesn't exist, or you're not creating your own lane in the content
creation. You either have
creation,
to have a really big personality or be really good at something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, in order to compensate for you not having,
I have neither.
Not having it. Don't sell yourself short, but yeah, in order to compensate for that, for not having this lane already, it's like, well, I can just be good.
Yeah,
and
you can carve a lane out with cheats.
And that's the thing that sucks, is like, okay, so if I'm good enough, people will pay attention to me, which is usually true. If somebody feels like you have a talent, they usually pay attention to you if the right person sees it at the right time, right?
Look at all the big streamers. They're either A, really fucking good at whatever they play, or B, have a really good personality and have a ton of charisma.
Mm-hmm. And they built up the following, and it's a, like you said, it's like a show more so than it is about the games to a degree, right?
Yeah,
which is great.
And there's people that have, so like Summit, he was really good at Counter-Strike. Maybe not the best, not as good as Shroud or any of them, but he's really good. But he also has really good charisma, and he's transferred and made that to where he can play a variety of games now because he has really good charisma.
Yep.
But then you have people like, who was that chick that recently got found out that she was cheating?
Oh, I never like the thing.
It was the one that Jonathan was talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I know.
I can't remember her name. It was like Nadia or Nadia or something like that.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
They always pop up and it's like, oh yeah, they had this many followers, and I was like, God, for real?
Yeah. She was doing really well, and she got accused of cheating, and then she somehow beat it. But then it came out that and then somehow it came out that she actually was cheating. If I remember the story, I could be completely
that's
wrong.
I believe that's what the story was.
I'm pretty sure that's how it was.
It was like you said, she had got accused, and then whatever they thought she was doing, she proved enough that it wasn't true. At least that's what everybody was led to believe, and it turned out exactly what they accused you of. You were doing it.
That sucks. I remember there was a Guitar Hero guy or something.
Bro, it's so many people.
He was known for like doing like impossible stuff in Guitar Hero, and I forgot how he got caught.
Was he the one using the different footage?
It's something like that.
He was splicing footage.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he was splicing the footage because he was like, it was always like the same type of cuts and stuff whenever he needed to do certain things, and then it was like people started being like, let's see you do that now.
Yeah.
And
that was the thing too, is like he was actually really good at the game live, because like he would go to places and do it live. Mm-hmm. Never quite as good as he was doing it on streams, but yeah, and folks kind of caught wind of what he might be doing. So because he had to do something like God, I can't remember, but I feel like it was like he was asked to do something kind of like unplanned. Mm-hmm. And so he went to go do it, and like you could see him messing up, but it wasn't messing up on the screen or something.
Yep, that's exactly what it was, because the footage was Yeah, it was.
The screen footage was recorded, but his actual playing wasn't recorded.
Yeah.
Which is wild. Be like, I'm a Milli Vanilli this.
He basically little brothered himself. I'm gonna unplug your controller and make it look like you're playing.
Yeah.
He little brothered himself.
Hey, you pressing buttons, but it ain't doing what it's doing on the screen. No, man, that's it's so dumb.
I mean, you know, when it becomes about money, I guess is when it's really.
And that's
really
what
bad.
Tarkov is. Tarkov is dealing with that shit right now. Is you can make money off of Tarkov, not in the game, but there's real money trading that's going on where people are selling in-game items for real money, and so people are cheating to get those items so they can sell them to those traders and make money.
Yeah, that's why. Like after Quake 3 is when I kind of got out of like really competing in stuff, because like Quake 2 was like shooting wise, that was like the first game that I was like super into, and I was following it, whatever eSports kind of existed at the time. What was the dude's name? Fatality or something?
Yes.
Was that him?
Yes.
He was kind of a big Quake guy at the time.
Yeah, Fatality. Yeah.
I used to follow him, and
it's like the deepest of esports cuts.
Used to get his horrible headsets and but no, Quake 2 and then Quake 3 came out, and we were really good at that too. But it was so I used to play Call of Duty 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Skip 3 because it was a console game. Who cares?
He's talking about the first one, not Modern Warfare 1 or 2.
No, the actual Call of Duty.
Yeah.
He's playing in
they were PC only games, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The way it should be, but either way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a PC person.
Okay,
so.
I know. Then 3 came out. I was like, why did they call it 3? And then Big Red 1.
Hey, man.
I actually played Big Red 1, and that game was awful. I'm sorry.
Hey.
Not even just because it was on a pad. It was just so bad.
I remember seeing that commercial, like, just prime time on whatever things that I was into, like wrestling or cartoons or something. Call of Duty, Big Red 1.
Yep. But when 4 was getting ready to come out, we couldn't wait. It's man, because we love the series and everything. But then they started talking about doing like ranks and stuff in the online, and I was like, okay, I'm out. I'm just not going to play the online anymore.
It doesn't matter anymore.
I did, but I knew the second that they put something that folks could strive for, just besides, just
winning the match.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, it's going to be cheating. Everybody's going to be cheating. If folks were cheating back in Quake 2 when there was really nothing to cheat for, we used to drive us nuts. It's like, why folks would have the aim bots and the trainers and stuff, and it's like, you aren't even playing the game anymore. What's the point?
You're not even playing the game.
What's the point?
It doesn't matter either. It doesn't have to be competitive or have a ranked ladder or anything. They're going to cheat. If they can cheat, they will cheat.
Yep.
I've never understood
Tarkov
cheating.
And the cycle both don't. I mean, obviously Tarkov you can make money somehow in some form or fashion, but in the cycle, I don't think they had stuff like that. And there's no ladder or ranking system in the cycle.
No, it's just an extraction. Go get stuff and extract.
Right, it's just an extraction shooter. So people were cheating to get the stuff.
Yeah, I want the stuff. I want to be able to, if I see anybody, be able to kill them before they can kill me. I don't want to ever feel. I want to be the main character, and I want to be on God mode, because that's the only way I can have fun is if I'm obliterating everybody else. Because the moment I don't win, it's not fun. It's the selfishness of, I need to be the only person that controls the outcome.
I guess.
Like it's.
Well, you're saying somebody was cheating in Diablo?
Yeah, man, we playing Diablo. Just trying to do all the stuff in the game, trying to consume all the content. You can't do PvP because, for one, I don't know why they thought that 20 levels in between is a viable thing for PvP.
What do you mean?
So you're in tier 3, it's 50 to 70, right?
Okay.
That's a big gap for
you can
items.
The
PvP area is everybody's out there. And it's like, hey, man, you should kind of section this out, maybe 5 levels or something like that. Because gear score alone between 50 and 60 is already high enough. 50 and 70, like, come on, man, that's wild. But on top of that, you got dudes running around where it looks like they just doing what did you said? He said dude had a blizzard that never stopped, and he was doing like the lightning whip perpetually. And like you get close to him, and if you challenge him, as soon as it starts, you drop back down. But no, there was a guy we trying to play.
He was playing Vampire Survivor. It sounded like.
Yeah, your 30 minutes is up. It's time to die. But yeah, it's like we're doing the PvP area, and the dude is over there like, his stuff isn't showing up correctly. They're like, yeah, try to inspect this guy. You try to inspect him, nothing pops up. It says he's level 50, but if you see him in the local, like you go to the socials tab and you see him in the local area, it says he's 75. Like nothing's adding up. Like it's just weird. And it's like, come on, man, what you doing? And somebody went up and challenged him, and it's like, dude was just doing moves on him, doing moves. And he's not even moving. He's just standing there. Pat. It's like, come on, man. It's Diablo. It's not even a competitive game. Like, what?
Like I said, I just don't get it.
Yeah, I'll never get cheating.
But you're
not playing the game anymore. Yeah. Like you were saying, how do you feel? How does it feel rewarding?
Yeah, if it's for money, that's one thing. But it's when folks just cheat just to win, I guess.
Yeah, I won't win every time. If I don't win every time, there's no point in doing it. Like I feel like it's a lot of those people that they have competed in something at some point, right? And there might have been something very minor. It could have been in like elementary school or something, but they tried to compete fairly at something and didn't win and was like, you know what? Not me. Never again. I should win every time. It's all about me. It's just a selfish thing to do to cheat. Like we all don't have the pistol shooting rockets. Like you want to be the person with the gun. Nobody else can get a gun but you. Like that's what you want. You want everybody else running around throwing punches and you got a gun.
Yeah, I don't.
Now you're getting games closing, man. That's the part that sucks. Like that's a whole development team. That's a whole like company. Like you don't know how much that's adversely affecting all of these people because you decided that you just wanted to cheat. But nobody, like you said, there's no real negative side to it. They're just gonna keep cheating and
they don't
ruin the experience.
It's one of the most selfish things to do because you don't care what happens to anybody else in your game. It's all about you and you having fun. And I don't see how that's fun anyways because you're not even really doing anything. The computer's doing everything for you. But you're ruining the experience of 8 other people, 10 other people, whatever lobby you're in, other people. Like
multiple times. That's the thing. It's like
you're actively being an asshole.
You're
choosing to be an asshole.
A huge one.
Yeah.
You're going into multiple instances of multiple games. Because you know like how fast you could potentially play a bunch of matches in the game.
Right, because you're just blowing through everybody. Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And nobody can in any way or use any words that will convince me otherwise.
Oh, no, not at all. And and the thing I hate about them having like cheating has fostered this community for them. It makes it worse is like I kind of feel better with the fact that like nobody I know cheats at games.
You're a community of fucking scumbags.
Yeah, because like you all got to be together in the basement, the online basement, because like GTA, remember what they did about their online, right? Oh. Is like they just separate all the cheaters together.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Like like if people who get reported a lot and people who like grief and all that stuff,
they just
filter them out to their
silently get moved to a server with every other cheater.
Yeah,
like they don't even realize it. They're driving alone and they just move them over here.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden this other helicopter's flying by with a nuke. What the hell just happened?
So y'all can play together, bro. Y'all can sit there and
y'all have fun.
Be in the infinite jet and the tanks and all that because you want to just like those are the things that more companies need to do. And again, the problem for some companies is they don't have the resources.
They need to fucking ban them.
Yeah,
they need IP ban them. Fuck them. They don't need to play games. They don't deserve to play games.
No, they don't. Not in that capacity. Like you shouldn't be. So sound bad. You shouldn't be allowed to be with other civilized people if you want to behave that way.
Yeah, like, we didn't play GTA 5 online. We played it the first week it came out.
Yeah, wild.
And I think I told the story before. this guy just decided he was just going to kill us over and over and over again. Now,
vendetta.
To be fair, he found new and inventive ways to do it every time. He made us laugh. It was pretty funny sometimes. It's like, when did he put this bomb on the car? It was just...
drive down the street thinking everything.
Yes,
sweet.
exactly. The boom. At one point, we got a fire truck just because we figured, whatever he could do, he couldn't one-shot it, but he still found a way to do it. But yeah, and so, we stopped playing the game after like an hour, and we didn't play that game again for years. Years we didn't go back and play it.
That first month
because of that dude?
Yeah.
That first month of GTA Online, dude, between the just outright just cheating and like weird stuff people were doing, like one of the dudes we know, his account got banned, and I told him, I was like, it's your fault because you should have said no. And dude was like, hey man, you want some money? I got a bunch of money. You want some? And he was like, sure. Like, you just giving away money. And so the dude gives him like $50 million, and he's like, he comes and he's like, y'all come to the game with me. Y'all got $50 million. You just gave $50 million. And I was like, I don't think there's enough content going on, right? Because this is before the shark cards and everything. Like, they didn't have you could buy in-game currency yet. Mm-hmm. And so within like that first like 2 weeks, it was like he couldn't go online. They had banned him. It was like, nope.
I logged in once, and the little login screen and everything. And all of a sudden, logged in, like me and like 14 other guys are in this one room. Mm-hmm. And then just explosions go off, and we all die. And guy goes around, collects all the money, and that's what he was doing.
Oh yeah, he put.
Don't know how he was doing it, but somehow he was
bounties on everybody in the room. Yeah, that's the other.
How did he even get us in the room? Because I remember I was confused. I'm like, what's going on? And everybody's kind of like, you can see the chat, like, what the hell? Where are we? Then boom, 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 boom. It's like, what the hell?
Lambs to the slaughter.
And he's just, oh, God.
Yeah, I know, bud. It's bad.
Fuck him.
Yeah, that's
get him out of here. Fuck him.
Get him out of here.
That's one of the reasons I play fighting games online. It's like one of the only things I'll play online these days. It's relatively hard to cheat in those. Although MVC2 on Xbox 360 was pretty bad.
Yeah,
There was one particular guy, I used to be able to get around his cheats, and he would always rage quit, like immediately. As soon as I hit him as soon as I started my first combo on him, it's over.
Oh,
rage quit. That music was starting. It's like, okay, yeah. So if he got you caught in whatever he was doing, it was totally fine. The second I catch his character in the combo, over. I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah, no. Somebody had me up off the screen with side lock, just jump hit and jump hit and jump hit, jump hit, jump hit. And I'm like, so the damage is minimal. So you're taking this like a game that's already supposed to be fast. You're slowing it down to a crawl because you're doing jump jab, jump jab, jump jab, jump jab, jump jab.
Well, I mean, infinites is one thing. It's like, they exist in the game, and if you have the skill to do it, okay. But the guy I'm talking about, he was just straight up cheating. Like, I forgot it started off with one thing he had. Shoot, it's been so many years now. And I wish I was streaming. Every time I ran into him, I was never streaming. And it drove me nuts because I wanted everybody to see it. But he would start a combo, and I forgot it would, if you blocked something, he started the combo and an assist came in. If you blocked them both, you were stuck.
Oh yeah, you're doing
then yeah, and then he would just do it. But then I figured out a way around it with Omega Red, because it had something to do with him being in the air. So I would jump to miss the assist, and I would throw the coil up in the air, grab him, electrify him, throw him up again, dash under him, throw it up, and grab him again. And as he would come down, start doing air combo, and that's when he would always rage quit. Every time.
You don't want that carboninium destroyed.
God, I wish I would have caught that on stream. But yeah.
Yeah. If you cheat, fuck you. And that's pretty much us. That's it for this week. You have anything to take from this episode? No, I just fuck them. Anyways, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube video. Finger blast that bell icon so you get notifications when new episodes come out. Make sure you leave those 5-star reviews on wherever you get your podcast from. And we'll see you guys next week. Happy 4th. Peace.
Peace.
Crossover combination.